Hello and welcome to a Monsterdar Plays Games Again. It's been a while. Hey guys. So today I was thinking to try and get that achievement of lazy. I forgot what it's called. Lazy something. Basically, what it is you have to automate everything. You gotta craft the minimum amount of objects on your person as you can. um, which actually I think you have to do 111 or less. And through some calculations, I have come to the conclusion that it should be able to be done in 102 items. Should be the bare minimum. I'm gonna actually not have the enemies expand for this, and for that matter, I'm just gonna put them in peaceful mode because I don't really want to be fighting and dealing with the biters while I'm trying to automate everything because it's going to be very slow going. I also don't want to deal with cliffs just because they'll be annoying and be in the way of stuff. And I'm concentrating on not automating anything. Or, other way, sorry, automating everything and not building anything by hand. So, I think I'll go with the rich resources, so I don't have to sit there and constantly go out and expand. In fact, I'm gonna increase these all to 400, so that I don't have to really worry too much. I mean, it's gonna be hard enough to sit there and just wait for things to process through the machines instead of being able to do it myself. It's gonna be weird. I usually like to queue up a whole bunch of stuff crafting on my person while I'm running around doing other stuff, just so I'm just constantly crafting when I'm running around doing things until usually later in the game when I've got so much stuff automated anyways that I just have the logistic robots run them to me. So um but I also like the research queue always available. I don't know if you've seen play any of the other Factorio games since they've had this option. I don't understand the point of having the after the game is finished because by the time you've launched that first rocket, you've got most everything researched anyways, so it's basically useless at that point. So if you're going to use it, just have it on. It's either always or never. The only real options. It's kind of silly to launch a rocket and then, oh, now I can finally queue things, and there's like just the infinite ones left. So what's the point? They take forever to research anyways. Let's preview what this looks like. Um, Not bad. We got water. We got all our resources right close. We don't really have a straight shot out of the base for a ribbon. And something like this I think is definitely going to need a ribbon. So let's try a different seed. Nice. Starting area. You know what? Also, starting side. Dude. Starting area. Missed it. You can probably notice. See none of that. That puts the biters further out. What? Let's try 13. 13 is my go-to number, and look at that. Puts all four main resources right close. Got options to go out. We got water decently close, especially if we set up some steam off of this water and coal's right nearby. Take a ton of power poles or belts to transport stuff around right there. I think that should be good. Key number 13 again. So, here we go. Let's see how well this handles. So we want to do first thing is we need to get some coal. There's no rocks, unfortunately. To grab, oh, there's some. Yeah, those are just gonna be stone. Not gonna really give us much, but we obviously gotta clear this out for iron eventually. Anyways, collect some stone. So really, the first thing we need to collect is a bunch of coal. So what I'm gonna do is set this here, that there, the one wood I just got, and have it mine coal. I'm just using this to store it basically. It's not gonna actually be cooking anything yet, but it's just something to store the coal in. So I could keep letting it mine on its own. So far we have not built anything, which is good. It's going to take a long time to get everything we need. Ultimately, we're going to need 114 iron plates. I kind of want to just let this coal build up until we have a couple of stacks. While it's doing that, I'm going to run over here and grab some wood. We really only actually need one piece of wood for all of this to work. So now we have 4. That should be plenty, all the wood that we need. We should, okay, yeah, we can run down from there. Clear anything else. At this point, we're just needing this to produce our coal for us at the moment. See, this is the part that's going to suck. I mean, it just takes so long to wait for it to do everything. I'm not sure mining those counts as crafting. I hope not. If that's the case, I'm really stuck waiting here. Just gotta twiddle my thumbs. Because ultimately we are going to need to build a lab. And as you can see, that takes quite a bit. We need 10 iron gear wheels, 10 electronic circuits, and 4 transport belts. So those are all individual crafts. And iron gear wheels require 2 iron plates each. Electronic circuits requires iron plate and 3 copper cables. So there's more crafts to get copper cables, but we get 2 for 1 copper plate. So really, that's 2 crafts plus the craft for the electronic circuit itself. So 3 crafts per electronic circuit. So that's a lot. And that ends up being what we need 15 electronic circuits total, because we need 3 for the assembly machine 1, we need 10 for the lab, and we need 2 for the offshore pump so that we can get electricity. So that's the expensive one. There's a lot of crafts involved in there. And the copper cables, and it's mostly because of the copper cables, because we need so many copper cables for all the electronic circuits. What should we up to now? We've not quite got a full stack. So really, this is going to take forever. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and when this gets back up, I'm going to just basically, let this be mining, storing it in here until I get probably 3 or 4 stacks, just so that I have enough to make sure I could go to iron and copper and collect those items as well. So I'll pause here and I will be back. Alrighty, we are back. I know it's been very, very quick for you guys, like almost instant even. And well, but it's been like 10 minutes for me, and I've gotten almost 3 stacks. But this is just taking. So next thing I'm going to go grab is copper plates, and by my calculations, I need about 33 and a half. So they can't do 33 and a half, so we'll do 34. To be honest, just going to stick a stack of coal in there, stick a stack of coal in there. I'm going to let that fill up, because that will give me 100 plates. Again, I'm going to let this process, because it's very slow, and I don't think you guys want to sit here and watch this one by one. Yeah. So, I will pause the video again, and I will collect my copper plates. Okay, you're right. I didn't want to wait. But by my calculations, I only needed 33.5, so therefore 34, and I've got 60 now. I think we're good. So, and then the next calculation I had is 114 iron plates. We have 8 to start, so really we only need 106 more. Unfortunately, that's actually a full stack, so I'm going to have to let this one sit for the entire time. Filling that up. Hey, we got plenty of coal though still. Still got 18 after filling them both up. So, but yeah, we need 114 iron plates. Because we need 9 for the assembly machine 1. And the first time we get that is going to... With that, we can start producing everything automated obviously. But to get the assembly machine 1, we need to research automation, which requires 10 automation science packs. And that'll give us our assembly machine 1. So I can actually hit this now and have it queued. So as soon as I get a lab produced and get the red science built, it'll just build them. Start researching it. So yeah, so the assembly machine one, we need 9 straight. We also need 10 for a steam engine, because obviously we need power. And then we also need a total of 68 for how many iron gear wheels we need, because look, there's 8 iron gear wheels in that. We need a pipe. A pipe just takes iron plates. Where's the lab? We need 10 iron gear wheels for that, and we also need 4 transport belts, which also requires iron gears. And it also has electronic circuits, which requires iron copper plates. There's really a lot of iron gear wheels and stuff. There also the red science needs an iron gear wheel per science, and we need 10 of those. And what else was there? A pump. Pump needs iron gear wheel. So quite a few of those things. And let's see, electronic circuits we already went over. Copper cables, transport belts, pipes. Yeah. So we need a lot. So here it is again. I'll pause the video again, I guess. And now that we've got 20, up to 30 of them, so I'll be back when I have my 114. Alrighty, we are back, and through the magic power of video editing, we've got 114 iron plates. Alright. So, hopefully that should be enough. I'm just going to let it grab a few more. Real quick, for, posterity's sake. Right word? Anyway, just in case. I have a few extra in case somewhere my math is wrong. Guess we'll find out. So we'll go ahead and take this in, take that in. Now we have 120. So the next thing we need, we've got stone, which we actually might not need because it gives us a stone furnace, so we can use that to make our first boiler. And then once we get the assembling machine, we can use it to make some more stone furnaces. So we need bare minimum. We need 1 offshore pump, 1 boiler, 1 steam engine, 1 lab, and 1 set of those, which gives us 2, so we don't have a choice. Set it up to where we can have access quickly. So let's do it here. And our boiler there. And our steam engine there. We're still trying to build the lab, it looks like. Oh, almost. There's our lab. And stick it there. Got our power pole. Voila. So, in theory, that is all we need, right? Let's throw some coal in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! No. Crappy. We need 10 of these. Could have had those built too. But, okay, yeah, since it's not using any power, it doesn't burn anything. Yeah, we're not any power, so. Now we just wait for our automation science packs, and they are slow. Takes 5.5 seconds per item, so that's going to be 55 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and pause until those are done, just so we don't waste your time. We're back, and we're back. And we've got our 10 science packs. Now we just throw those in there. They will automatically start researching automation. While that's doing that, I'm going to grab me some fish, because, hey, never know, I might get attacked at some point. So I'm going to stick those there, so I have easy access to them. I am going to put my poles here for now. Nothing else I have yet to do my poles. So now we wait for automation to come in, and then we can build our first automation assembly machine, which that should be the last thing I build on my person from scratch. Everything will be built through that machine going forward. So this is going to be interesting. It'll be very slow going. And as you can see, that's the amount of pollution I've created from just mining those resources. And since I'm kind of in a desert, there's nothing to dissipate it, so it's going to be there for a while. Now this one at least has a few trees around it, so this might dissipate a little more. But we've shut off, we've made them peaceful anyway, so I can actually walk into a biter base and they won't attack me unless I attack them first. Then they'll defend themselves. But they won't care how much pollution I make. They won't care how much I could build stuff right next to them. As long as I don't attack them, they won't attack me. So that's kind of beneficial here. Since this is going to be difficult to do, especially since I kind of get bored after a while, this is going to be nuts. Alrighty, here's our last thing that we build from scratch. And that, by my calculations, should be 102 crafts. Not really sure if there's a way to look up how many crafts you have, but voila, we throw that down. And first thing we need it to build is some stone furnaces so that we can get some of those built. We're just going to let it build, or that it can build with the resources we had, and have it build. Oh, this is gonna. So I need iron gear wheels first. So let it build some, well, iron gear wheel. Yeah. Since I don't like that flashy thing, it's just annoying. This is gonna take some time. So we need more resources. I'm gonna I'll just collect some stone from these, because, this is the fastest way to collect stone, is just from these rocks. Because we're gonna need a lot more boilers in the long run. I'm also going to use, shout out to Zisteau. He's got some good blueprints, and he's gone through and calculated this massive base that pretty much automates everything in the long run. It's really kind of neat. There's a few things that I'll have to add because he doesn't automate literally everything, but very close to everything. We do need some more coal, so I'm going to let that build up first because we're going to need a lot of coal. But we do have these now, so... So yeah, using that, I've already downloaded his book. We just need to import it into here, and we'll stick it right there for now. Actually, does that? Okay, good. So the nice thing about Zistau's blueprints here is he's got like a little starter base, which is kind of handy. But then the biggest thing is he's got blueprints for big reactor things, the uranium, all the rail stuff for all the to pick up all the resources. Whoops, saving. But this is the nifty thing. So Midstrap base 1. If you look closely, I don't know if you could really see. Can we zoom in? Yeah, see all these things up here are automating a lot of the items that we're going to need right from the beginning anyway. Obviously, I need a ridiculous amount of stone furnaces to power this whole thing. But it's going to do a lot of the work for me anyway. So I won't have to manually go through and try and figure out. He's already got all this stuff. He's done all the math. He's done all the figuring. It's great. That's part 1. Oops, wrong direction. Part 2, and this actually gives you pretty much everything else. All those little circles with slashes through them is because I don't have the technology researched yet to do what that was programmed to do. But once I get those 2 pieces, that pretty much that automates everything. Part 3 is more of just a resource collection for iron and stone for a lot of those things, and also gives you some more science. This is more of the science facility area to get the other sciences. And part 4 is circuits and rockets. It goes through a lot of the blue. It adds the blue circuits in general, and obviously building a ton of green and red in the process, and also all the materials you need for the rocket. There, it's nighttime and you can't see. See, there's the rocket facility right there in the middle. So he put a lot of effort into this and figuring it all out, getting it as compact as he did. I mean, this is overall, it's huge overall, but it's still pretty compact for all of what it does. And then wherever you find oil, you plate this there, oil pickup. Different kinds of oil pickups? Oh, one's a ore pickup, sorry. So when you find ore, you just have it piped down to this. Same thing with oil, simple water, a bigger water because the nuclear facility requires a lot of water. uranium, and this is in one of the nuclear facilities. 2.4 gigawatts using 16 reactors. See all those trains coming in? They all are pretty much bringing in water. I think there's one train down here. Yeah, I see that one with a couple of cargo units. That takes out sulfuric acid and brings back the uranium ore, and it'll produce. Process it down here on the bottom left in those facilities. Everything else is just producing steam, bringing in water for that steam and coolant for those nuclear reactors. So it's pretty vast, big. This is just a turret wall with the roboports. He's also got roboports set up to where everything is covered and protected by robots. And I think that's just giving you numbers for the circuit add-on, iron add-on. You know how many drills you'll need to fully power those items, given normal drilling methods. So really, this is a great pack. Starter copper, starter stone, starter steam setup, starter mining, or later mining. But yeah, mostly, and then a large steam facilities right and left side for just steam power. That requires a lot of coal, obviously, to be piped in. So, and then optional solid fuel for steam. So, create solid fuel out of the oils, and then back to the Midstrap base. So, he's got a lot of time he's spent on those. I've actually got a couple of blueprint sets. Some of them are based on some of his, just pulled out separate sections, so that because I like a different setup for my science normally. We can show you that in another. You watch one of my other Factorio videos, and you can see my blueprints on those. And there's a grid factory that I've built as well. But we're going to use Zisteau's because he's already got all that stuff set up. And while we've been talking, that's filled up. And crap, we wasted some time there. But I'm going to go ahead and collect some of these resources, some stone, some iron plates, and some copper plates, because we're going to need to get a lot of stuff done. And we're going to have to manually put it in each thing into that assembly machine so that we can automate everything. I mean, this is going to take forever, especially starting with just one item. So, off camera, between episodes, I'm going to go ahead and do the same setup that I did before. Collect a bunch of coal, collect a bunch of iron, collect a bunch of copper. I've got plenty of stone now just by chopping those few rocks, breaking up those rocks. And we'll be back for episode 2 and start actually building a base. So yeah, I guess we've got a little base over here now. That's doing absolutely nothing right now because we don't have the resources to do anything yet. So here we go. Attempt for lazy bastard achievement. Peace out, guys. See you next time.